Mediocrity for the win. Sometimes we are convinced that we're not good enough. Take my great-grandmother, Marjorie Bebbington, for instance. She was born in England around 1904. No one is sure exactly because she was daughter number 4, and there was such a fuss about what to do with her because her dad had plain run out of names for girls. Apparently you can run out of names and of energy to pay attention to another fiddlin' female, or so her father called her. Marjorie grew up knowing that she was both too much and not enough. But my great-grandmother, Gigi, as we called her, was a hell of a woman. She was tough and kind and didn't let anyone stop her. She was the custodian of an entire apartment block, took care of her entire family, sewed and knitted every piece of their clothing, and still made their lunch every day to order. Bacon on the side, you know, that kind of thing. She loved to smoke, even though she thought none of us knew, and when she finally got around to something she couldn't do, which is to say she was a deeply mediocre painter, she had a solution for that too. She went to the secondhand store and bought an oil painting. Then she found a matching color and painted her name right over the artist's signature on the bottom right-hand corner. Ta-da! I had that one hung in my house until I got old enough to think, wait a minute, she really made some remarkable progress. We are living in a culture that celebrates the high-stakes qualities of perfectionism. Researchers have been following the rise of unrealistic and self-critical standards as a kind of societal phenomenon. Job applications trying to impress the new boss cite trying too hard as the only acceptable humble brag. Mental health experts describe anxiety and low self-esteem as the result of ever-increasing standards of physical, social, and emotional perfectionism. We are living in an unending pageant, and the judges never tire. Even churches have adopted the language of our striver society. When I was researching megachurches, one of the primary slogans from the pulpit was that their church was defined by their culture of excellence. Who can forget Winners Church and their slogan, where winning is a lifestyle? We are nothing if we are not perfect, but then we fail. Or we are frozen in our fear of being imperfect. We have Googled imposter syndrome too many times and wonder if our successes are deserved or our inevitable descent is just around the corner. If only we could trust that the giving of ourselves with all our imperfections has a value beyond rubies. We need a deep permission to ask for help, permission to get better, permission to fail. If Marjorie Bebbington were still alive, I would take a tour through her life to tell her what was perfect, not for the delicate oil painting in all its fraudulent glory. I would remind her that she was a wonderful cook and a better person, had a soft heart and a quick mind. And pointing to another of her paintings, a crudely rendered bunch of yellow daisies, I would tell her that the best part about her wasn't the best at all. It wasn't even great, but the best part about her was that the way she tried and lived and loved was her true art. A prayer for when you feel like you're not enough. Dear God, what is this strange unease? It feels like restlessness, but it's more than that. It's the sense that some unnamed standard is convincing me that I will never be enough, smart enough, pretty enough, healthy enough, young enough, brave enough, grateful enough. I have come to the end of myself. I am not enough. There are cracks in everything, but you fill them with love. Fill me with your divine presence that is entirely unimpressed by my attempts at perfection. God, sing over me the truth of how you see me. You made me in love, for love, and somehow it is enough. Blessed are we who see that intrinsic worth comes not through our talents, but from you. Thank you for saving me from my own dreams of perfection. Amen.